We come to you from downtown Los Angeles. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, the stars always come out to see greatness here in L.A.
From the bright lights of Hollywood to the bright lights on the hardwood, the Staples Center is rocking tonight.
Showtime always in this building, and we are ready to go. The Rockets begin the game with the basketball. To P.J. Tucker. Anthony Davis swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To James. Here comes the screen. James to Davis. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Westbrook. Covington. Here comes the screen. Gordon with a shot off the mark.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Russ at the controls. Over to the right side. Harden down to Westbrook. Anthony Davis rejects it. Oh, Russell Westbrook missed his first. That one goes. James into the front court. Leads one.
Hey, watch this screen left.
To Davis. Off the assist.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
It's a big finish.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Across the timeline comes James. His team up by one. Rockets in control of the basketball. Lakers come up with it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
James to Davis. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
And they call it
a simple touch foul.
Westbrook to the basket, but his shot won't fall. LeBron with it up top. Leads just a point. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James. Rockets have the ball. Russell Westbrook against Markieff Morris. Russell Westbrook powers it through.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
LeBron into the front court. Down a point. Screen coming. James against Harden. To Caldwell Pope. Got toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go. Westbrook into the front court. They trail by 1. Markieff Morris tips it. LeBron into the front court. He'll run the offense. And flushes it down. No stopping AD here. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Harden in possession. They're down 3. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not going down here. Danny Green. A pass taken away by the Rockets. To Harden. Westbrook. And the Lakers with the rebound. To James. LeBron James, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Gordon, guarded by Morris. Got it from the line. Harden. James with the board. Fires the 3. That's how you defend. Gordon with it. Down 4. Driving right to the basket. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 3 for 6 now.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
LBJ. To Danny Green. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Westbrook into the front court, trailing by 4. The pass taken away by the Lakers. James picked up by Westbrook. LeBron James, 3 for 4. Good start.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
And now Houston has the basketball. Harden. To Westbrook. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Gordon with it, down by 1. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
LeBron James matched up with P.J. Tucker. To Davis. Screen coming. Davis. to Caldwell Pope. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Russell Westbrook with the rock. To Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Two-point shot for James Harden. That's no good. Caldwell Pope, defended by Tucker. Markieff Morris against the former MVP. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. From the painted area, won't go down. James to Caldwell Pope. Fires the three. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Harden buries it on the catch and shoot. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. New blood coming in for both sides. Rondo against Westbrook. To James. Here's a chance from long range. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
It's Rockets ball. Screen coming. Russell Westbrook up against the 8-time All-Star. Won't go. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Down low for Aldridge. Dwight Howard with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Howard, nice pass to set things up. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for it.
Rondo into the front court. Looking to make something happen and stuffs it home. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
It's Russ at the controls to P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. McLemore guarded by Howard. To Westbrook. Short jumper stays out. Davis to Howard. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Missed the second one as well. Houston with the basketball to P.J. Tucker.
Defense, let's go.
Knocked loose. Lakers have it. Turns and slams it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Rondo, guarded by the former Dookie. For three. Oh, surprise. He hits it.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Rondo picked up by Rivers. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Off the mark. Rivers with the basketball. Down two. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. James. Deep left corner. Wide open look, won't go. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Ben McLemore at the line for two shots. For his career, 78% at the line. First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Lakers ball. LeBron against the former Hoya to Howard. Free throws coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Dwight Howard, couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. Oops, he missed the first one. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. And he finishes at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
LeBron James, defended by Green. Can't connect. Has a chance. Knocks it down off the step back.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Los Angeles, they have it. Nothing going here on that drive. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Ben McLemore. So it stays with the LA Lakers. That ends the first quarter with the Rockets in front. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
A pass taken away by the Rockets.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Lakers at the controls right now. To Kyle Kuzma for three. Good contest. Made it tough for Kuzma.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Harden matched up with Howard. To Rivers. Dwight Howard pins it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. To J.R. Smith. The shot, almost.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Count the basket inside.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
It's in the hands of James Harden. from long range. And James Harden, not sure why he was so wide open there.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
To Kyle Kuzma, beyond the arc for three. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Rivers into the front court. His team up by 7. To Harden. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To J.R. Smith. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Green able to clear the rebound. To Harden. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To J.R. Smith. Deep 2 there, won't go. Harden. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Houston takes over. To Rivers. It's Harden. Gets a shot up off the mark. To J.R. Smith. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
First try at the line, no good. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Los Angeles has the basketball. To Howard. Big finish at the rim.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Harden. Gordon, defended by Howard. And the Lakers have the rebound. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden in possession. Leads 4. Knocked loose. Harden. The drive right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Harden hits the free throw. It's a 3-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. To James. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
LeBron James trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 73%. And he can't convert the free throw. Westbrook across the timeline. Up 5. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
Westbrook with the basketball. Leads 5. Over to the right side. Baseline drive. Count the basket at the rim.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Rondo against Gordon. To James. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Gordon with it. Looking to make something happen. Fires the three, buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
Defense, do the math. You force them to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
To Davis. P.J. Tucker able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Easy path to the rim.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Westbrook with it, up by 6. LeBron James, huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Russ at the controls to Covington. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 32, Jeff Green.
LeBron James.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Rondo cleans it up. Look out. Anthony Davis with the slam.
Brow down, Ed, when you come into my town.
Wow, you rhyming right there?
Obviously.
Rockets in control of the basketball. To P.J. Tucker. Lakers have it. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Rajon Rondo at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He wants this number up, 60% career free throw shooter. Off the mark at the line. Westbrook into the front court. Up by 3. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. James slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Shot from the lane won't go. To the rim. Flushes down the slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Trying to cash in. Cleaning the offensive glass. Driving right to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. The drive by Westbrook, but a shot stays out. Sets him up. And flushes it down. No stopping AD here.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Mike D'Antoni changing up his lineup. Austin Rivers. From the painted area, won't go down. And throws it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
To Covington. Has a look. Gordon shoots, can't connect.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. They trail by 7. Goes to the left side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
LeBron James with the rock. Here comes the screen. To Davis. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Curling inside. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Austin Rivers trying to cash in on the 3-point play. Career mark of 64%. Missed it at the line. Markieff Morris, defended by Green. Fires the 3, Long Island zone. Danny Green with the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Rivers with the basketball. Under a minute to go before halftime. That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 13, James Harden.
That's me.
LeBron against Harden. Count the bucket for 2.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Here's Harden with the rock. He gets it.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
LeBron James matched up with Harden. Here's a chance from long range. He was all over him. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Shot for James Harden. Not that time. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Long key from 3/4 court. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Lakers have the lead.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Lakers will start the second half with a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk After dunk, I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Rockets are within striking distance at the half. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Assists.
The chemistry for each squad has been great today, and that explains the high assist total. Coming out of halftime, I'm interested to see what kind of defensive adjustments are made to limit the easy scoring opportunities.
Player of the half.
LeBron James tallied a lot of blocks in the first half and really made his presence known on the defensive end. I bet we end up seeing the opposition get even more timid around him. It's not often you see a guard pile up this many blocks. It just shows you how athletic he really is.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's James controlling the offense.
Right.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
LeBron James, he's got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. Can't connect on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Harden with it up top. His guys trail by 10. Here comes the screen to Harden. It's good.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
James against Westbrook. And the basket good at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Westbrook into the front court, trailing by 10. Harden to Covington. Harden. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
James into the front court. Lead stands at 7.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Oh, Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
To Harden. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. LeBron defended by Tucker. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Russ at the controls. To P.J. Tucker. Knocked loose. Lakers have it. James. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, big finish at the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Across the timeline comes James. Up 6. Danny Green to Davis. The drive right to the basket. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Rockets have the ball. Westbrook to Harden. Cleans it up. Another follow. Stays out to Caldwell Pope. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Westbrook across the timeline. They find themselves down 10. And count the basket.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Harden into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Baseline drive. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Oh, yeah.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LBJ with it. Ball's tied up. We'll get a jump ball. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Anthony Davis.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Harden. It's Westbrook. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Lakers ball. Goes to the left side. Caldwell Pope. Wide open look, won't go. Westbrook with the basketball. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
James, guarded by Russell Westbrook. And a throwdown.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Westbrook with it. Down 8. Full throttle. Right to the basket for the deuce.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
LeBron with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming. James to Danny Green. 4-3. Shakes free and hits.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. To Covington. To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. And the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
And now Houston has the basketball. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Short jumper won't fall.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Harden with the basketball. Down a dozen. Lays it up and in.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
LeBron into the front court. He'll run the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
LeBron James trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He struggled so far. Whoops, that won't go. Harden in possession. Down 12. For 3, trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark. The follow won't go either. To James. From long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Harden. Covington. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. And finishes strong.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Kyle Kuzma with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Finish that. To Harden.
Screen coming.
Terrific vision. And the finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
LeBron into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Kyle Kuzma, beyond the arc for three. Kyle Kuzma is going to get a chance at three here. A career 70% free throw shooter. First try, no good. Second and three is good.
Number 17, DJ Tucker.
Harden in possession. His guys down big. Austin Rivers to Harden. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Los Angeles, they have it. Shot from the lane won't go. Sizing up the defense. Austin Rivers to Harden. From the painted area, won't go down. Deep left corner, has a chance. The shot missed by Smith.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Lets it fly from long range, and that's rebounded by the Lakers. To James. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Rivers into the front court. Down a bundle, and watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
To Davis, swings it. It's Rockets ball. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Jeff Green trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw good for the three-point play. It's back to a 14-point game. LeBron James here against P.J. Tucker. To J.R. Smith. Going to launch beyond the arc. Cleans it up. Anthony Davis against the former Hoya. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. Great look and vision. Harden. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Houston with the basketball. Austin Rivers to P.J. Tucker. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. LeBron James at the line for two shots. He's struggled so far. Knocks down the first.
That boy got jumper.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Harden. LeBron James sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. LeBron against Harden. Knocked loose. It's James Harden once again. Oh, he had it. James into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Fires the three. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Screen coming up.
James Harden trying to cash in. And the Lakers clear. Across the timeline comes James. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Here comes the screen. James. That misses with 3 seconds left. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. The quarters come to an end with the Lakers in command. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ballgame, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Rondo with the basketball. His team on top by 13. To Howard. Superman, Dwight Howard. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Dwight Howard swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team, because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Westbrook into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Howard. No, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Can't connect. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Lakers at the controls right now. Surveys the floor. Fine to shoot. Caldwell Pope over to the right side. Kyle Kuzma off the mark. Westbrook into the front court. He'll run the offense. Down low for Davis. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
It's really an adult thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
No good. Westbrook across the timeline. Down by 15. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Fires the three. Missed it. Goes to the left side. Danny Green rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Kyle Kuzma. That's good D. Shot no good. Westbrook with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Deep two there. Won't go. Kyle Kuzma. Strong finish. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Houston takes over. Stuffs it down with authority. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
I got some for him.
To Kyle Kuzma. Here's a chance from long range. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Ed, body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Kyle Kuzma with a chance at a 4-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. Can't convert the free throw. Westbrook. Kyle Kuzma tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And draws the foul.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Rockets in control of the basketball. Westbrook. 4-3. That won't go. And Green able to pull down the rebound. Not done yet. Working it outside. Kuzma. To Danny Green. And it's grabbed by Westbrook. To P.J. Tucker. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
And Tucker with the rebound. Gordon with it. Trailing by 15 to Westbrook. Gets it to go, and the foul.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And he missed the free throw. Markieff Morris with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Covington. Anthony Davis pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And a putback slam.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Russell Westbrook with the rock.
Mismatch.
The drive, right to the basket. Westbrook's shot won't go on the drive. Danny Green to James. Has a look. Gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Gordon with it. His guys down big. Russell Westbrook, defended by Markieff Morris. He throws it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
To Westbrook. For three. That's off the side of the rim, short. Danny Green. It's Russ at the controls. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Caldwell Pope. James, ball's tied up. We'll get a jump ball. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Got toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
This will be out of bounds off of Davis. Got it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
LBJ has it. To Davis. Here comes the screen. Davis. James. Smothering D.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
Russell Westbrook rocking the rim. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
LeBron with it up top. The lead is 15. To Davis. From long range. Can't connect. It's no good. To James. Caldwell Pope. Not that time. Westbrook. Los Angeles has the basketball. Looking for his man. And the finish. Slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Harden with it up top. Down a bundle. To P.J. Tucker. LeBron James able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
LeBron James. Harden's on him. To Danny Green. It's James. No good. That's great defense.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. That's a 24-second violation. LeBron against Harden. Rockets have the ball. Anthony Davis. Huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
James. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To P.J. Tucker. Westbrook to Harden. Shot clock winding down to Westbrook. Has a chance. Shot by Westbrook won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Knocked loose. Lakers have it.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
James against the former MVP. Rises for the slam. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
Westbrook. Doesn't get the bounce. LeBron into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Covington works it up top to Harden. Beyond the arc for 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. James to Danny Green. Lets it fly from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. .20-footer at the buzzer. The Lakers get the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory. The defense in this matchup was outstanding. When they weren't blocking shots, they were making steals. And it all came together for a terrific win. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Rockets lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. They shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc, but even that long-range efficiency wasn't enough for them to get the win. Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense, but still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
The chosen one put together an incredible game, highlighted by his amazing defense. Not many guys come up with this many blocks and steals. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.